Hello everyone, welcome back to our discussion on human genetics. In human genetics, we are going to discuss about the chromosomal abnormalities and the gene mutation disorders. So, what are the disorders which are associated with the chromosomal abnormalities and gene mutation is what we are going to discuss today. So, chromosomal abnormalities. In chromosomal abnormalities, we'll be discussing about, or we'll discuss in detail about Down syndrome, Cru-du-Chat syndrome, Peto syndrome, and Edward syndrome. Of this, Down syndrome, then the Peto syndrome, and the Edward syndrome. These three are related to trisomy. Down syndrome is trisomy 21. Petrov is trisomy 13 and Edwards syndrome is trisomy 18. And we'll also discuss about the sex chromosomal abnormalities, which are the two major ones, which is the Turner syndrome and the Klinefelter syndrome. Coming on to gene mutation disorders. Gene mutation disorders, we'll be discussing it in two heads. The autosomal gene disorders, and which includes brachydactyly and sickle cell anemia, and inborn errors in metabolism, alkaptonuria, phenylketonuria, and albinism. At the end, we'll be discussing about the multifactorial and polygenic disorders, which is hair lip, and also the cleft palate. So we start our discussion with the chromosomal abnormalities, and in chromosomal abnormalities, we'll be discussing in detail of what is Down syndrome and Cru-du-Chat syndrome. So first is we are going to see the autosomal abnormalities. So in autosomal abnormalities is mainly due to non-disjunction during gametogenesis, which we discussed in mutation, and which leads to this non-disjunction will lead to aneuploidy. So aneuploidy can be either monosomy, trisomy, etc. So depending upon when the non-disjunction occurs, either in meiosis 1 or meiosis 2, aneuploidy will result in monosomy, nullisomy, trisomy, etc. So first we are going to discuss in autosomal abnormalities, with the example, or the one major example is Down syndrome, which is also called as trisomy 21. That means the 21st chromosome, instead being represented by a pair of homologous chromosome, it will be represented by three chromosomes. That is why it is called as trisomy 21. Only the 21st chromosome, all the other will be normal. And it is also represented as 2n plus 1, where 2n is 46, there will be plus 1, that is the 21st chromosome, instead of 2 you have 1, or 2 you have 3, and that will count to 47 chromosome instead of 46. So the name Down syndrome is from the person who described it, who's called as Langdon Down. And Down syndrome is due to trisomy 21, which is an extra 21st chromosome apart from the normal homologous chromosomes. So such individuals possesses 47 chromosome instead of normal 46. And this syndrome, because mostly every the syndromes which is related to aneuploidy and related to non-disjunction is associated with the advanced age of the mother. That is, it is usually they are born to mothers who are over the age of 40, 45, etc. And this is due to non-disjunction during oogenesis. So this Down syndrome, or what you call it as Down syndrome, is due to what is called as trisomy 21, and that is due to non-disjunction. There is also another Down syndrome which is not due to trisomy but due to translocation, and that Down syndrome is called as Robertsonian Down syndrome or Robertsonian translocation. So this is a normal Down syndrome is due to or a Down syndrome which is referred to like this is due to a trisomy 21, and that is due to aneuploidy and not due to translocation. Translocation Down syndrome will be specifically denoted as Robertsonian Down syndrome. We are not discussing Robertsonian Down syndrome now. We are going to discuss about, we are discussing about the trisomy or the Down syndrome which is due to non-disjunction or aneuploidy. So this is the karyotype of a Down syndrome individual. Here you can see 1 to 22nd and X and Y. So this is of a female, and that female is having Down syndrome, where you can see apart from the two homologue, you can see one extra. So this is how you identify a karyotype. So this if you are given a karyotype and you are asked to identify what is this particular syndrome, you can easily identify this by identifying if which of the complement is having 3, which denotes trisomy, and in trisomy this is of trisomy 21. And we also discussed about 2 other examples. One is trisomy 13. So in that case, rather than this, 13 will be present in 3, which is Peto syndrome. And in Edwards syndrome, instead of this 18, instead of this 2 in 18, you will have 3. All the others will be normal. So this is how you identify this syndromes using karyotype. So coming to Down syndrome, the individuals, or you can see, we'll discuss the features of Down syndrome. But the main feature is short stature and low IQ. So the IQ will range from mild to moderate mental retardation. Next is an epicanthal fold over the eye, which is shown here. So this particular fold, which is normally absent in normal individuals, here you can see clearly what is this fold. You can see if an extra fold of skin over the eye, and that is what is called as the epicanthal fold over the eye, which is usually seen in individuals with Down syndrome. Short and broad arms. The arms will be broad and shorter, with the proportion of the proportion of the arms, or the length of the arms to the body will be short, and it will be broad arms. Large tongue will be there. That's why you can see most Down syndrome individuals, depending upon their this IQ level, etc., what they do is, because of the large tongue, usually they protrude their tongue, and they'll be salivate. Salivation is not because of anything else, because their tongue is, they usually protrude their tongue because of it is large. Next is Simeon-Palmer crease. You can see here. So this is the normal crease of which is found in our palms, which helps in folding our, which if you fold your arms, you can see that those crevices, which are the normal crevices, which helps our palm to fold when you fold your arms, fold your palms. But in the case of Down syndrome individuals, you can see that only one fold mark, which is called as the Simeon-Palmer, is present. So this only a single line like this is present here in the case of Down syndrome individuals, and there will be excess skin fold on the back. So if you observe in a baby with Down syndrome, you can see there will be an extra fold of skin which you can hold, like a fatty mass of thing. A skin fold will be present behind the neck. Then usually that will be associated with heart problems and acute leukemia. Older survivors also develop Alzheimer's disease. And Down syndrome is the only syndrome with a trisomy where individuals live, or individuals are reported to live up to the age of 50. Usually the Peto and Edwards syndrome, the other trisomy syndromes, usually they die in utero, or they die in their childhood. They do not have a longer lifespan. So one of the trisomy with a longer lifespan is Down syndrome, where individuals are reported to have lived their life till the age of 50. Coming to the next one, which is Cru Chat syndrome. So Cru Chat syndrome got its name because of the particular, this is a French terminology, Cru Chat, which denotes cat cry, because the infants of this particular syndrome is having their cry is associated, or their cry can be similar to that of a mewing of a kitten. So that is why the name, which was given as cat cry syndrome. It was described by Jerome Lejeune, and this is due to a partial deletion. So this is a syndrome that is related to deletion of the short arm of chromosome number 5. when the homologous pairs lost a partial portion of the chromosome due to deletion, and that results in what is called as Cre du Chat syndrome. And this is also called as 5p monosomy. 5 denotes the chromosome and p denotes the short arm. Usually the long and short arms are denoted by the alphabet small p and small q. P represents short arm and q represents the long arm. So Cre du Chat means cat cry in French, and these infants cry is similar to that of a kitten, and this is because of the problems with the larynx and also the nervous system. So this syndrome is very rare and affects 1 in 50,000 live births. So this is a video of the cry. I'm not sure whether this will be, you can hear the sound of this. So here this is the cat cry of that particular individuals. Yeah. So if this is audible, I am not sure whether it will be audible. If it is audible, you can clearly see that that sounds like that of a mewing cat. And this particular mewing sound, it will be present till the age of 2. After that, it will come to normal. So in the early stages, the identification of Cre du Chat syndrome, the facial features are there, but you can also identify with the cry of the infant, which will be similar to that of the mewing of a cat. So this is the karyotype of a Cre du Chat syndrome, where you can see that the arm, you can see the length of the short arm. So here the banded portion is absent. So this particular portion of the 5th chromosome, one of the homolog is deleted, and that will result in Cre du Chat syndrome. So coming to the features of Cre du Chat syndrome, there will be microcephaly, means the size of the head will be small. Then saddle nose, that you can see here. So saddle nose is also seen in normal individuals, but a saddle means in this particular portion it will be more or less flattened. That is why this is termed as a saddle nose. Then widespread eyes, congenital heart disorders will be there, physical and mental retardation, and usually these individuals die in infancy or early childhood. Most of them will die in utero itself, but usually if they are born, they die in infancy or in early childhood. So this is with the Cre du Chat syndrome. And next we'll be discussing about the second type, which is the sex chromosomal abnormalities, which is the Turner syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome. We'll discuss both in the next video. Thank you for hearing.